Hey, my lovely Serene Dream here, back with another filming and general energy reading. And if you're new to my channel, this reading is timeless. It can resonate with you for the day, the week, the month, or even the year. But do keep in mind this reading is general, so it's not going to resonate with everyone listening. So only take what resonates, leave what does not, reverse the messages if that's how it fits your situation. And if you would like to check out your monthly Zodiac readings or your general forecast for the rest of this year, or your love forecast for the rest of this year, you can do so at the Vimeo links below. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can find my website below in the description box as well. And follow me on Instagram at Serene Dream Things for daily guidance. And let's go ahead and get into your messages. And I just want to say that I had the hardest time getting this reading started. I kept getting distracted, and it just kept feeling like I wasn't like I was not I was miss like even now, I can't even really form my thoughts. I feel like that relates to the energy of this reading. Like, I'm hearing you don't know what's going on. Like, the hell, you don't know what the hell is going on. That's exactly what I heard. So it's like you feel something brewing, but you don't know what it is or what direction it's coming from. So you're just in this really confused energy. But the song that came to me before I started recording is Coldplay's Adventure of a Lifetime. So I do feel that whatever is coming is going to be a huge surprise for you. You're going to be really happy with it. And I don't feel like it's meant for you to know because God wants it to be a surprise. But yeah, it's like you feel something coming. You just, unlike other things that have come in the past, it's like some of you could be a little intuitive where you can kind of sense that something is about to happen and what is about to happen. But this is the first time where you're just completely lost. Like, you don't know the direction it's coming from. You don't know what it is. You don't know when it's coming. It's just everything is just really up in the air. I'm hearing the part of Alicia Keys' song Unthinkable, I'm Ready, when she says I'm suspended in the air. So yeah, that's how you feel right now. And yeah, but at the same time it's like you're waiting, but I feel like you're waiting. I don't want to say you're waiting in vain, but I kind of feel like you're waiting and looking in the wrong direction. Like, it's not coming from where you think it's coming from. That's what I get. The best, I feel like you're gonna need a lot of rest for what is about to come, because once this comes in, I feel like you're going to have very little time for rest. Like, the time you have now, to literally take naps, literally get full night of sleep, all of that, I feel like it's going to be coming to an end. It's going to be a thing of the past. And I don't know why suddenly I'm getting Brandy's song Wildest Dreams in my head. Never in my wildest dreams did I think someone could care about me. Oh, emotional, sometimes not in. Yeah, so whatever is happening, whatever's about to happen for you, you can't even fathom it in your wildest dreams. Like, this exceeds your wildest dreams. The best thing you can do right now is just to relax and get as much rest as possible, as I was saying before, because once this comes in, you're going to have very little time for rest, very little time for quiet. It's like it's going to get very busy and possibly even a little noisy. And I just completed a Zodiac reading that kind of had a similar message. I can't remember which Zodiac sign it was. Was it Pisces? It could have been Pisces. But yeah, I feel like things have or things are about to pick up for you exponentially, but you just don't know how it's coming, when it's coming, or how much it's coming. And you can't anticipate it because God is making sure that the blinders are on. God is making sure that you are thrown off completely so that you can't see this coming or know anything about it. Like, you can have a typical idea that it's a big deal. Like, you might have an idea of oh, I feel like I'm gonna meet someone this year, or I feel like I'm gonna get a new house, or I feel like I'm gonna get a new job. Like you could have a general idea, but I feel like whatever you imagine that to be is gonna exceed that, not just 10 times, but 20 times over. So it's not just like meeting a person or getting a job or getting a house. It's getting those things. It could even be you getting like more, like what you expect, but like way more stuff you didn't even ask for, but you're like gonna be completely happy with. I don't know why I'm getting give me a moment because I just got like something just came in my head and I'm trying to figure out how that fits into the reading. What just came to me was Diddy's kids. I know what's going on with him right now. So I won't say like they're necessarily fortunate, but I feel like it might relate to like the like the number of kids, or like the fact that Quincy is not his biological child, but so it could be a situation like some of you probably have, like some of you probably have been wanting to have children, and you're gonna have like more children than you expected to have. Like if you get pregnant, you might end up finding out that you're pregnant with multiples. Or, if you've been wanting to have children and you don't have your person yet, the person that's coming could have a child already. And then, you end up blending families and having more children together. That's kind of what I'm getting from that channeling. But yeah, I get like whatever it is, you're extremely happy. You end up being more abundant than you ever expected to be. You have no idea. Like you're completely clueless on what your life is about to become. Like you're going to be catapulted to a level that like I said, it exceeds your wildest dreams. You can't you can't dream this up because in your mind, the way your life has been going, the way you've been all your life and what you've seen all your life, you can't imagine that someone like you could make it to where you're like, that your life could become what it's about to. Your goals have been sort of formed from the trajectory of your life so far in a way that makes sense. But this is why God is God, because He makes the impossible possible. This is not something that you could have, like, what's coming for you is not something that you could have worked for on your own. I'm not like, you did the work, but not in the way that people typically work to get something. Like, it's not like you just put in the hours and you trained really hard or worked really hard, physical labor, or saved up money for it. Everything that's about to happen for you, it won't come from anything like that. It won't come from the general human form of hard work, when it comes to getting something and getting somewhere. Like you are going from A to Z overnight. So if didn't have, like, I'm hearing, if you didn't have a pot to piss in, you're going to be finding yourself living amongst or in and amongst mansions. It's like that kind of change overnight. And that's not something that you could have worked toward because, you were in a place that you didn't even know whether you were coming or going. Like I say, you didn't even have a pot to piss in, if that was your situation or something similar. It doesn't mean that you are literally homeless, but, for some of you, but it's just the fact of like going from having very little or being in a very limited situation to being extremely abundant beyond anything that you could have worked for yourself, based on how your life was. And I also feel like something is coming full circle. As much as you never expected any of what's about to happen, and I'm keeping it general because God is not giving me specifics. I'm giving you like examples of like how huge the change and the turnaround, the transformation is going to be and how it's going to happen overnight. And now I'm hearing Twista's overnight celebrity. Some of you could be becoming some form of a celebrity or a person that is in the spotlight very quickly. I'm hearing rapidly. Like you could become an overnight sensation. But I'm not really getting like in what way or how this is going to happen again, because God is trying to keep this concealed. He wants to surprise you. Yeah, some of you probably were in this mindset like things are never going to change, and you were tired of being in this particular situation. You were feeling stuck, stagnant, and then out of the blue, it's just going to just take off. Like you literally, it feels as if the energy I'm getting from this is like you're sitting or standing in place. Then all of a sudden, some people just rush you and strap you to a rocket and just blast you off into space. Like that's how, and the people who come, like you don't see them coming. They just like rush you out of nowhere. You're just like, what? And then all of a sudden, they're just like strapping you in. Like hey, they're getting you prepared, getting you the gear on. And you're just like, you're asking all these questions like, what are you doing? Where do you come from? Where do you come from? Where are you take? Like, what are you doing to me? Like but they're not answering anything. They're just strapping you in and about to blast you off into space. That's how this is gonna feel for you when this happens. I almost feel God laughing. He's gonna laugh at your reaction to this because you really aren't gonna know what the hell is going on. You aren't gonna know even when like I said that gave the example of like people rushing you and putting you into gear, strapping you to a rocket. Even when that's happening, you're not gonna know what the hell is going on. Like you're just gonna be dumbfounded, like really confused and turned around because it's just all of a sudden it's just this rush energy, and then you blasting off. But even when you're blasting off, you don't know where you're going. You're just like, I'm going somewhere, and I'm getting there really fast. But and you have a general idea that this rocket goes into space, but you don't know where in space you're going to land. So if we were to apply that in a general way, it's like you just don't know. It's like you have a general idea that you're getting out of your situation and going to a better situation, and that this is happening quickly, but it's like you're not going to know where you're going to land until your feet are planted on the ground in that particular space that was destined for you. And I keep getting the message, you need to get your rest now. You need to get your rest now. Some of you are not like getting enough sleep. Some of you are not drinking enough liquids, especially water, but even, more than water, because you can't, if you just drink water, you can still suffer from dehydration. So you got to make sure that you're getting like water and just adequate amount of other liquids that are healthy for you, of course. Making sure you just fuel your body, rest your body. Because I just get like the way everything is going to happen is it's going to affect you physically because everything is happening so quickly. And like I said, you're not going to have much time for rest and downtime like you do now. Appreciate this peace and quiet because this is going to be the last time you have it for a while. But the lack of peace and quiet is going to be a good thing. It's not going to be anything that you're going to be complaining about, because where you're going to land is more than you could ever ask for. But it's like once you get there, it's almost like you have to spend the time getting the place together. It's like when you move into a new house, you have to make sure you sanitize it, you clean it, you decorate it, you get all this stuff together to make it a home. So I kind of get that energy here. It's like wherever you're going, you're going to have to put like a little bit of effort into like personalize the space or like get it together to your liking. And so yeah, you're going to need your energy for that. I'm hearing for somebody, this is not a message for everybody, but I'm hearing the message you're not going to have to work no more. So I don't know if maybe you all are going into a lifestyle where you're going to not have to do like work. And what I mean by you're not going to have to work anymore, it may not mean that you don't do any work at all. Like you don't do nothing. Like I get something about like you not having to work like a 9 to 5. So maybe you're going from working a 9 to 5 into, owning your own business and it being very successful, or you I get like whatever you're about to, again, it's like the minute I was trying to form a more specific example, God just kind of shut it down. Like he won't allow me to channel more. But yeah, it's like I heard specifically, you're not gonna have to work no more. And I get more so that applies to a 9 to 5. For some of you, you're not gonna have to work another 9 to 5 after after this. And I can say that for many of you who resonate with this, however this pans out for you, you're going to be living in the lap of luxury. There's going to be so much at your disposal. I also heard hood rich, but I was hearing not. Like, I heard hood rich and I heard not. So this isn't like a little bit of abundance. You know, when people say somebody is hood rich, like they have the nice material things, but they still live in a hood, or they live in like a decent house, but it's not anything truly extravagant. I feel like the life you're going and moving into is truly extravagant. It's not hood rich extravagant, it is like real opulence. I feel like life for you, when you get to this point, when you get to this place that you're about to be catapulted into, it's going to feel like a permanent vacation. You're going to have so much that you don't know what to do with. Like I said, it's going to be so much at your disposal. At your disposal, it's going to be so much opulence, so much extravagance. It's like you can't really. I feel like the life you're about to live, it's almost like you're not even going to be able to spend it all or enjoy it all in a lifetime. Like you can't run out. It's like you're gonna have so much that you're gonna end up leaving so much behind when you do pass out of this world. Like leaving so much behind uh for your family, for I feel like you are about to build generational wealth that's going to last for several generations. And I feel like this is what's going to shock you, because, again, many of you have come from very humble beginnings. That's why you can't even fathom what's about to happen for you. And although I'm able to channel this much, it's like your mind still can't like grasp how this is going to happen, what this is going to look like, because your mind can only go as far as the trajectory you've been on so far, and maybe just a little bit further, but it's way like you're going to surpass that by miles and miles, like thousands, hundreds of thousands of miles. You're going to be hundreds of thousands of miles above what your life is now. And like I said, you're going to be creating generational wealth that's going to last for several generations after you pass out of this world. I'm hearing 10. So that's how well off you're going to be. Like that's how opulent, abundant your life is, extravagant your life is going to be, enough for like your wealth to extend to like 10 generations after you. That's a lot. That's a lot. This is a true blessing on your life. I feel like you've done enough work on the spiritual side internally that has allowed you to receive this blessing. So when I was mentioning earlier, like this is not the result of work in the physical 3D way that people are used to pushing in society to say, okay, you have to work really hard to become successful. And their level of success, you know, passes away like after a generation or two, usually, and sometimes not even that. So a lot of people reach that point of success and they blow through it and they're like, that's it. They don't have anything to pass on because they've gone broke. It's like that's more like the hood rich I was picking up, that I was channeling earlier, that you are not going to be. You are going to be like, this is not rich, this is wealthy. You are going to be extremely wealthy. I'm getting like the Warren Buffetts, the like that level, the Rockefellers, that like that type of wealth that those families have. That's what I feel like you're about to amass in your lifetime. That's why it's going to extend so far after you. Like you're going to be able to pass this wealth on so long. I feel like you're going to carry, some of you are going to marry, if you're a feminine, you're going to marry a masculine, and his name is going to hold so much weight in this world for so many years to come. So everybody who is like, when anybody who's born under that name, when they just hear, it's kind of like what I was mentioning earlier with like the Warren Buffetts, the Rockefeller family, the I can't think of the other ones right now, but you know all those powerful families, like really really wealthy families. If you heard somebody who had that name, you immediately know like, oh my gosh, you from, that's your, like you in that family. You know, it's like I feel that that's what your fam, like that's the weight your family name is gonna hold. I'm hearing like your bloodline before you is about to be erased. So like I was mentioning, a feminine marrying into a masculine, like marrying a masculine and taking on his name. So I don't, this is not going to apply for anyone that's like a feminine who's like really big on holding on to her maiden name. This feminine that I'm picking up on, she's going to take on the masculine's name, and that name is going to be like hold power and weight in this world, that everybody who is born of that bloodline who carries that name is going to be recognized. It like automatically puts them in the spotlight. It automatically grants them connections and open doors because they have that name. So whoever, if you are about to, you could already be with this person. You know, some of you could already be married to this person, but I get more so that this is someone that you're about to meet, that you're about to get with. If you are with them already, I don't feel like you're married yet. I feel like you're just dating. If you are dating someone who is like pretty well off, they're going to have like even more something, because there's something about your energy together that's going to be able to create this life that I'm picking up on, this abundance, this fortune. It's like the it's not like this person, this masculine could not amass this type of power and wealth on his own. Like he probably does well for himself now, but like with you, he's about to see new levels that he would have never even thought about seeing, just because he's taking you on, and I'm hearing as his wife. So yeah, you, if you are with this person already, if you're dating, I feel like you're gonna marry. And I feel like when the marriage happens, because I don't feel like it's gonna happen in a dating scenario, when you get married, it's gonna feel like everything just triples, quadruples as far as, you know, the wealth you're able to amass. And that makes sense. I was picking up earlier for somebody like, you're not going to have to work again. Some of you are going to be housewives, and maybe that could be, you know, a goal for you. You don't want to work, you don't, and that's fine. You know, being a housewife, taking care of the kids, that is a job, you know. And I feel like that could be somebody's life, that they are a housewife, but it's like they are, I feel like they, something about their energy is very valuable to their husband. As I said earlier, this man cannot amass the wealth he's about to have without this woman by his side. So it's like she may be a housewife that's not working a typical job. Like she may be a stay-at-home mom or whatever, but it's like her energy is benefiting him, and all benefiting them as a family. I'm getting that I watched a movie recently. Well, it wasn't a movie. It was a series called Fool Me Once, and the family that the woman, the main character, married into is like, I'm getting them in there in my head, and I'm specifically getting the mom because she married into that family, and I'm getting something like that. It's like this feminine is gonna hold a lot of power. Like she brings the blessing. I want to say like the feminine brings the blessing, and the masculine like takes it, and like it's like he, it's something about like the masculine could be the manifester. It's almost like the feminine carries the egg, and the masculine hatches it. That's kind of the like energy I'm getting here. It's like she brings in like a bun, like a golden egg, and then he cracks it open and like presents it to the world, like builds upon it. Something it's, but I just get like it's a very you are a power couple, a literal power couple. So it doesn't matter whether you work or not. I get that you are just as about you are a valuable asset to this man. And I keep getting uh I'm now hearing that song that won't leave me. I don't remember who sings it, but it's like an old song. He says, "I want money, lots and lots of money. I want the pie in the sky. Oh, I want money, lots and lots of." But I feel like while I'm hearing those lyrics, I feel like that's gonna be your life. It's not that you want lot. You're gonna have lots and lots money, lots and lots of money. He says, "I wanna be rich." Like I said, but you're gonna be more than rich. You're gonna be wealthy. This is very powerful energy. Like I said, the family name is gonna hold so much weight for many generations to come. It's giving me like chills all through my body. Like you're not going to see this coming. You're not going to life is going to change for you. And I feel like the way it's going to change very soon is going to change, like evolve even more from that. So you're going to go from where you are to a very high level, but then you're not going to be at that level long. You're going to exceed that like 100 times over as the time continues on. I don't feel like it's going to take you very long to reach this status that I'm picking up on, like this ultimate status that you're going to have in this world. I just keep hearing your name holds weight. And even aside from like the family name, I feel like your name, like your first name, is going to hold weight. So I don't know, like, even if you are going to be like a, no, what I get here is that it goes back to what I was picking up earlier. Like, if that message, if you're never going to have to work again, applies to you, you're not going to have to work a normal 9 to 5. Neither do I think you're going to do something that requires a lot of labor, but you might do something that is not considered work to you. Like, that's it. Okay. So I'm not really picking up, like, some of you could probably be stay at home wives or whatever, but that's not really the energy that I'm getting. It's coming in more clearly now. What you're going to do, it may not be a typical job, but it's going to be something that you're passionate about because you are going to have like your own name. It's like your marriage is powerful. Your family's name hold is going to hold weight in this world, but your name by itself is also going to hold weight. So people will be able to recognize you aside from, who you married. But it's like who you married is just like it's just an added flex. It's like you are a flex on your own, but then like you and your spouse are like a double flex. It's like you are that person, you are that dude or that girl on your own, and then you went and married that dude or that girl. It's like that's what I'm getting. Yeah, so the reason why I got the message you're never gonna have to work again because whatever you're gonna do is not gonna feel like work to you. This is gonna be something you love. So any hours or effort or work, quote unquote, that you put into this is going to be love. Like it's gonna be filled with love. Like you can do this all day and never get tired. And that could, be anything. But yeah, whatever you do, whatever you end up doing that you're passionate about that's not going to feel like work, you're going to build your own name off of it. It's like you and your husband or wife are going to be a literal power couple because they have their own fortune, like they have their own like powerful career, and you're going to build like a powerful name for yourself with whatever you're about to do. And then the family name, the family that you're marrying into, if you're feminine, that name is going to hold a lot of weight for many generations to come, but you are going to be your own flex. in addition to being like your family being a flex. So yeah, this is it gives me chills. Like literally chills are pulsating up and down my body because this feels so powerful. And I don't think anyone listening to this can truly grasp like what this is going to look like until it happens. But I'm here for it. Okay, so that's about all I have for you all for this Fill Me In general energy reading. I hope it was helpful to you. Again, if you would like to check out your monthly zodiac readings or your general forecast for the rest of the year, your love forecast for the rest of the year, you can do so at the Vimeo links below. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, link to that information can be found below in the description box as well. And follow me on Instagram at Serene Dream Things for daily guidance, and I'll be back with more readings, lovelies. Bye.